Okay, today we're going to factor polynomials using grouping. Let's go ahead and use 6x squared plus 13x minus 5, a trinomial where the leading coefficient is greater than 1. So we can see that right here. We have a 6. This is only going to be useful when you have a leading coefficient greater than 1. If it's 1, it's a much easier situation. So this method of grouping is going to begin using A times C and B. So the A value is here, ax squared plus bx. Sorry, that should be an x plus c. So this is standard form of a trinomial. So we're finding factors that multiply to be 6 times negative 5. So we're looking for factors that multiply to be negative 30 and add to be 13. As you go through those factors, you're eventually going to come to 15 and a negative 2. And then what we do is we split the middle. So I'm going to write that. We're going to split the middle. And what I mean by that is split the middle term, which is 13x. We're going to rewrite everything else, 6x squared, and then over here we have a negative 5. Now when I split the middle, I want to make sure that the terms that I use, so I'm going to use these terms. Let me go over here to where I am. Select. I'm using these right here, the 15 and the negative 2. So I'm going to have a 15x and a negative 2x. But I want to make sure that I put them in their spot either here or here where they're going to have a common factor. So let me do it incorrectly first, okay? So an incorrect way to apply this would probably be 6x squared minus back up. I did it right. Plus 15x minus 2x. Do you see how if I tried to group these right here and here, I can find a greatest common factor in this first term right here. But in this, there are no common factors greater than 1. And that's not what I want to have happen. So I'm going to go undo, 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 undo. We're going to undo this all the way back here. So then I'm going to readjust this. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I put the minus 2x here and the plus 15x here because my next step is to group. Okay, this is where the grouping comes in. So I'm going to group those first two terms and the second two terms. And what I'm trying to accomplish here is when I factor out the greatest common factor, so I have 2 and an x, I'm left with 3x minus 1. I want to be able to repeat that same factor here, and I want to factor something out of this. Undo. Here we go. This right here, I'm going to factor something out of here that's going to leave this behind. Okay, so the 3x minus 1. So I've got to think a little bit. And I think that's going to be a 5. Now I have to think. 5 times 3x gives me a positive 15. 5 times a negative 1. So this needs to be a positive 5, not a negative 5. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out the greatest common factor here as well. So this term has 3x minus 1, and this term has a 3x minus 1. So that is actually a greatest common factor again. So we're going to write out 3x minus 1, and then we're going to see what's left behind once I get rid of this and this. Okay, so just imagine I'm getting that. That's gone, and that's gone. Okay, so then I'm going to come back here. 2x is still there and a positive 5. So I'm putting those together. So that's how I can build out those two binomials using the grouping method. So once again, you do A times C. You split the middle and you make sure you put the terms with whatever is going to create common factors. You factor it. You find greatest common factors, and then you do that again. So again, if you like this, use it. If you don't, lose it.